as reported that there were statements made by the President against the Chief Justice.
Your Honor, please, may I object again? May I raise a continuing objection to this line of questioning? I do not see the point in establishing any hostility there may be between the President and the Chief Justice. We have the witness here as the Ombudsman.
Yes.
What's the connection between the Ombudsman and the President?
Well, at that time, Your Honor, we wanted to show how hostile the President was, and having acted that way led to the filing of this complaint for impeachment, Your
That's
Honor.
totally irrelevant, Your Honor.
We submit, Your Honor.
No.
We are only in the process of...
Let the witness answer. We will be very liberal.
Yes, Your Honor.
Let's see the defense.
I think I
what
was
they-
abroad at the time. But eventually, I was told about it.
Now, I noticed that I am aware of the fact that before your appointment as ombudsman, yes, Your Honor, there is a necessity that nomination be made by the Judicial and Bar Council.
That's right, Your Honor.
And you are aware of the proceedings in that body.
I just knew about it through others because I was not present.
And you came to know that one of those who did not vote for your nomination is the Chief Justice.
I eventually came to know when they invited my attention to the internet data showing the results of the voting.
The Chief Justice is not one among those who voted for your nomination.
Yes, that's
He
right.
was opposed to your nomination. Is that...
Whether he
Did I
was
understand
opposed to my nomination, I do not know. But it's a fact that he did not vote for me.
May I intervene, Counsel? I would like to be very liberal, but may I request you to go direct to the point by showing the adverse interest of the witness with respect to your client, the respondent. What's the adverse interest of the witness such that if that is established, then she will be considered as a hostile witness?
I'll go into that direction, Your Honor, but I was trying to deal with it little by little.
Yes,
in the hope that...
I do not want to control you, but I think, why don't you ask her if she's the one she has investigated the case of the respondent?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor. Now, may I go to a letter dated April 20, 2012, purportedly addressed to one Renato Corona, Chief Justice, Supreme Court, Manila, consisting of 5 pages, and direct your attention to a signature appearing over the typewritten name Conchita Carpio Morales, Ombudsman.
I would suggest that the counsel will show that letter
Yes, Your Honor.
to the witness. so
Which
that,
we request, Your Honor, to be marked as exhibit. With witness examining the same, Your Honor.
This appears to be a photocopy of my letter.
May I request first, for purposes of identification, Your Honor, that it be marked, as we prayed before, as Exhibit 253. Consisting of 5 pages. All right. A little earlier, I was asking you to go over the signature spelling over the typewritten name Conchita Carpio Morales, Ombudsman. That is your signature.
Yes, Your Honor. That
I
is
see.
so.
Now, there are 3 complaints involved in this investigation.
Counsel, why don't you ask the Ombudsman why she wrote that letter to the respondent?
Yes, Your Honor. Now, I adopt the question. Will you kindly tell us why this letter was written or addressed to the Honorable Chief Justice Corona?
Yes, Your Honor. After we received the complaint from, it's difficult to memorize the first mentioned complainant, but one of them is Riza Ontiveros. I went over it because I had an advance copy, and I first sought information from agencies, and then I referred the complaints to the Anti-Money Laundering Council because I thought that the charges included of some matters that were within the jurisdiction of the AMLAC, and then later I constituted a panel of investigators, and eventually I wrote the AMLAC seeking assistance towards the determination of the truth of the charges, and then I got an initial report from the special panel recommending, among other things, that we should write the Chief Justice.
Now, in this letter, you were asking the Chief Justice to explain in writing
That's right, Your Honor.
his, and may read the particular portion, Your Honor. Accordingly, consistent with the provisions of Section 15, 22, and 26, you are hereby requested within 72 hours from receipt thereof a written answer to the complaints and to the above stated information respecting your alleged several bank accounts in several banks.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Now, I understand that in this kind of investigation by your office, the respondent is akin to an accused in a criminal case.
Your Honor, please. The questions are leading. Up to now, the witness has not been qualified nor established, declared by the court as a hostile witness.
Well, that's a direct question, Your Honor.
Counsel, why don't you reform your question? Ask the Ombudsman if by that letter she was actually investigating the Chief Justice.
Because I predicate the
That would be the adverse interest.
Okay then, Your Honor. Now, when you stated in this letter that the Chief Justice is being requested to submit within 72 hours from receipt a written answer to the complaint, my understanding is that she is already being investigated by your office. Am I right?
We were doing a case build-up. In other words, it was a fact-finding investigation, Your Honor.
All the while, I thought that the complaint per your letter is on the basis, this letter rather, is on the basis of the 3 complaints. One by the group of Roberto Alrosa, second by Walden Bello, and the third one by Emmanuel T. Santos.
Yes,
Right?
we were.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Whenever we receive a complaint, we determine first if it merits docketing. So we docketed it for purposes of factual investigation or case build-up.
All right. When you ask him to file an answer,
Yes.
the answer that you wanted to be made by him is in connection with the allegation of this strictly confidential resolution.
Your Honor, may I invite your attention to the second to the last paragraph of page 4. It says here, furthermore, we received information that there are several bank accounts in PSB and several other banks in your name, including those denominated in US dollars, the aggregate value of which amounts to at least US 10,000 US dollars.
In other words, Madam Ombudsman, when you wrote that letter, you were already initiating an investigation of the respondent Chief Justice.
That's right, Your Honor.
And that, in effect, you are taking an adverse position with respect to the subject of your investigation.
We wanted him to
Explain.
enlighten us, Your Honor,
Yes.
because, as I said early on, I had sought the help of another agency for purposes of determining whether there was indeed unexplained wealth or things to that effect, which would be violative of the Anti-Graft and Corrupt Practices Act.
If Your Honor, please.
The gentleman from Iloilo.
I'm sorry for the intervention, but the Ombudsman mentioned 10,000. Is that what is $10,000? Is that what is reflected?
Oh,
in
I'm
the-
sorry, $10 million. Sorry.
All right.
As I said, I'm not used to millions, so I always say thousands.
In other words, the office of the Ombudsman was already conducting an investigation of the Chief Justice, so much so that you have to write the respondent Chief Justice to appear in 72 hours to explain his side.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Then
If Your Honor, please,
your testimony here would be, if you have any finding at all in the course of that investigation, will be against or in favor of the Ombudsman. We do not, of the respondent Chief Justice. We do not know that.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
If Your Honor, please.
So, Counsel, please proceed along that line so that we can finish this. This is only to lay the basis whether this party is a hostile witness or a friendly witness to you.
Yes, Your Honor. We'll do so, Your Honor, as directed. Now, you mentioned in here $10,000.
I'm sorry.
$10 million.
Yes.
I'm sorry. All right.
Chain of errors.
Now, you must have been informed about the impeachment proceedings going on before this honorable body
Yes,
by
Your
then.
Honor.
All right. My question to you, is there any mention or evidence of this $10 million in the evidence presented before this honorable court?
Objection, Your Honor. Up to now, the witness has not been qualified. With due respect, the mere fact that the Ombudsman...
Counsel for the prosecution is correct. Just to help in this, anyway, this is a preliminary matter. Madam Ombudsman, you are conducting an investigation of this case against the respondent. Am I correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
And then,
fact-finding investigation, Your Honor. Case build-up,
fact-finding investigation.
as opposed to preliminary investigation, Your Honor.
Have you made any findings at all
About?
against the respondent?
Well, I was able to get data showing that at
You
least
obtained material, material to
material and relevant to the
complaints
filed by the
your
three
office.
complainants, yes, at least from the first
And are
complainant.
those materials adverse to the respondent?
Well, it appeared so, Your Honor, because these are the documents that I sourced
So that
from that
whatever
agency.
testimony